Hello, thank you so much for stopping by my channel, A Whiff and a Prayer. My name is Sheridan and I'm so thankful that you're here to join me today. I love talking about perfume. I've mentioned before that my very first perfume, my gateway drug, was from my Grammy when I was about 5 years old, and that was an Avon Apple Blossom perfume, and I have been hooked ever since. So today, it is mid-July 2025, and there's still lots of time left in the summer. I wanted to go over some of my favorite kind of beachy scents that have a salt or maybe aquatic element to them that I have had and used for quite a while now, some for a few years, and then one of them is relatively new to me. So I have some notes here. Wanted to go ahead and get in it. I hope that you're all having a wonderful summer so far, and I know that I am. It is fun spending time with our grandchild and just seeing how childlike summertime can be with sand and water and just having such a wonderful time. So the first one that I wanted to share with you that I have had and used for quite a while now is the Jennifer Aniston Chapter One, and this was released in 2017. I remember getting this at a department store called Kohl's here in the United States, and it was in 2017 when it came out, and I had really wanted it because I heard that it was called the Poor Woman's Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, and I did not own that yet at that time. The bottle is kind of wavy. You can see I've used a good little amount of it. And this is called Chapter One. She has a few in that series that she did, and I don't think it smells like Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, not to me, not that it wouldn't to some other people, because scent is subjective, so it may to you. I was just doing another video where I am talking about some of my other favorite fragrances to wear during the summer, and they're beachy, but in a different way. And that's my Manoy video that you would be able to find if you want to watch that one as well. But these are different. These are more salty. So when I wear these, I think of hot skin that's been at the beach all day long, and we live near saltwater and near a beach. So my kids kind of grew up playing down there by the water during the summer, and it is what their skin would smell like at the end of the day when I did last call, and we kind of had to corral them up and bring them home all sunned and tanned and still having the salt water that dried on their skin, but in the best possible way. And that is what this reminds me of. It starts out with some citrus, a little orange blossom, and it is heavy on the pink pepper. It has a peppery note to it for sure. And the bergamot, which always smells like a little bit of a citrus tea to my nose. And then it moves in with the middle notes. It has tiare flower, which is a tropical white flower, tuberose, jasmine. I don't smell a ton of tuberose. I can smell the jasmine, and then the other note that was listed is just simply listed as vines. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm guessing greenery, herbaceous, maybe some fougere, and it's a little bit bitter. There's a soapy element to it as well. I would describe this as salty. I think that the wood is like a driftwood note. It even has the smell of maybe granite or rocks, like a really cool note. The herb note, it's in there because I can smell something that's similar to what I equate with shaving cream, and that is usually part of what makes that up. It's a very nice bottle. This is just a small one. It's still easily found online, and I really like this. So Jennifer Aniston Chapter One. I was just talking in my other video about how I have read that the left side of our nose kind of holds, or excuse me, the right side holds association and memory to our olfactory parts of our brain, and then the left is more realistic, smells what's actually there, helps you figure out if you truly like it or not and what you're smelling. And this one I need to go back and forth with, because I can appreciate it and I like it, but I don't like it. And I think that's pretty much what everyone is writing about on a lot of the fragrance review websites with this. This is Paul Gaultier. It is the Divine. It is the one that came out in 2023. I wanted it very badly because I don't have all of them, but I collect a lot of his fragrances. And on some, I just enjoy getting the release and the new releases, and for the bottle. It's a bottle. I think it has very Madonna 1980s kind of vibes to it with the bodice and bust on this one. This smells really good, but in a promiscuous mermaid cotton candy kind of way. So the notes to this I will go over are Calypsone, which is a cologne note, and to a lot of people it's a synthetic molecule note, and a lot of people equate it with melon, like cantaloupe, or maybe honeydew and watermelon. I usually smell the watermelon when it has Calypsone in it. It has bergamot, red berries, lily, ylang ylang, and then it gets into this base, which is what I do enjoy, and that is a meringue note, which of course is a fantasy note. You can't stick meringue in a bottle, and meringue, for all purposes and what I've used it for, is like for pies and different meringue cookies. It's sweet, it usually has egg in it. It has kind of a lactonic smell to it, which can be milky and just soft and a little sweet. This also has musk and patchouli. I never smell the patchouli in this, but nevertheless, it's divine, but I don't like it on my skin. It just comes out kind of salty and stinky, and not necessarily in a good way is the dry down on me. Now my husband disagrees. He actually really enjoys this when I wear it. And so I have worn, you can see how much I've worn. I have worn it for him because he enjoys it. And I did get complimented right after I bought it, which was in 2023 at the duty free store at the airport in Cancun, Mexico. I had just sprayed it on and was testing it, and I got a lot of compliments just wearing it through the airport as we were getting onto our plane. So you can check it out. It has that salty, beachy smell that all of these sort of contain to me, and I think some people might really enjoy it. The next one is a release from 2016. This is an Old Navy, the discount store scent that they sell is so inexpensive. This one, we were there the other day and I saw this for like around $5 or $6, I think, and they still had some. So this is very popular. It's sea salt and fig, and I know that it's compared a lot to the Jo Malone Sage and Sea Salt scent. Again, I don't think it smells like that, but it's affordable. It's really neat. It's salty. It is beachy. It is like comforting and raw and humid. I smelled like the humidity in here. They've done a good job, but it's also earthy. It smells a little sweaty, but in a good way, like not bad sweat, clean sweat, good healthy sweat. I have in my notes, when I smell this, I smell like line dried beach towels and sunshine and denim cut-off shorts. It's just all of the wonderful flip-flops. It's the good things about summer, and it's all in a bottle, and it can be yours for so inexpensively. So if you like salty, beachy smells, I would encourage you to pick this up. I got this. I don't use a ton of it, but like I said, we live by the water and we like to have guests, and I often will just leave a few colognes or scents that I have for people to pick from down in the guest bathroom. And my mom, when she comes to visit us, she's always using this. She just absolutely loves it. I just need to give it to her, get her a bottle of her own. And a lot of other people have commented that they have used it and liked it too. So Old Navy Sea Salt and Fig 2016. The next one I wanted to go over that I really love is the Bronze Goddess by Estée Lauder, and it is the Eau Fresh Skin Scent, the 2017 release. Now, I got incredibly fortunate finding this. You can see I've used a lot. I found this at our local Goodwill store, which is like a charity shop, a thrift store, and it was brand new, and I got it for less than $10. Actually, my husband spotted it first, and he doesn't even always know what kind of perfume I'm looking for, but if he sees them, he'll just grab it and run it over to me and then watch and see if I get really excited or not. And I did with this one. This too starts out, is considered an oriental floral. I'm sorry. It starts with some bergamot, the mandarin oranges and lemon, very citrusy. The middle is the tiare flower, the tropical flower, some magnolia, lavender, jasmine, more orange blossom. And then the base is what really I think is quite special with this one, and that is a coconut, vanilla, myrrh, vetiver, sandalwood, and amber base. And it lasts a long, long time on the skin. And all of this put together smells beachy, floral, quite floral, and almost like a vintage floral sort of way, vintage perfumes, reminiscent of that. And it's salty, citrusy, and to me has that kind of good stinky sweat smell. It sounds so off-putting, but I mean it in the best possible way, where it's just like a healthy, salty skin scent. And this ages well. I think it smells, like I said, sort of vintage-like they used an old recipe to make this, and I absolutely love it. I hope you can see this. I am in my daughter's old bedroom that she grew up in, and I was kind of chasing some sunlight because I didn't want to end up sitting in my dark closet again, and this was the best place to sit. So I hope you can see that in the sun. So I recommend that. I really have enjoyed that. And the next one is La Maison Les Abuson. It is knocking things over again. I'm not sure of the year on this. And this is called Salted Green Fig. And this I picked up, I believe it was from TJ Maxx, another discount store. It was very inexpensive. It's kind of, I can't tell if it's the bottle glass that's green or if it's the liquid inside has a green tint. It's a nice little cap. I really would encourage you to get back in touch with raw notes, and it can be easy to just always be smelling so many things that are synthetic when we like perfume that it's kind of easy to forget what the actual fruit or flower can smell like. We have a fig tree. This smells so similar to what our fig tree smells like. This is earthy. I smell a green tea note, which is really nice, almost like a matcha. It definitely has an aquatic vibe. I would say I put this in here because to me it smells more salty, beachy, and like a fresh aquatic note over any kind of fruity fig or dark, lush kind of fruit smell. This, again, smells like hot summer skin to me, like 4 p.m. when you're at the beach. It's time to go home and you just have enjoyed the sun and the salt water, and you might have a little bit of a sunburn. It just has all of those elements mixed up into it, which I think is part of what is so fun about getting into perfume. It's just wonderful the way that it makes memories come alive. It's like time travel, and yeah, it is lovely. So this can be found for very inexpensive online as well. If you are on a budget like most of us are right now, I would suggest that you look for this or the sea salt and fig would be great options, and they are inexpensive, but they don't smell cheap. And let's see, that's another one I wanted to mention that I have just left downstairs in a cupboard in our guest bathroom that people have pulled out and they just love it. They really seem to enjoy it, and it smells good on everyone that I've smelled it on. It definitely has this salty, bitey, it's bitter and fig note. So you have to like all those things in order to like this. The last one I just recently picked up at, let's see, Marshall's, yes. And I shouldn't have bought this. I'm really trying hard to just go through the collection of what I have. But I just was so drawn to this sweet little bottle. And it was very inexpensive as well. It was about $12, 12 US dollars. And this is called Sunkissed Sea Salt. I don't know the brand. It just said Fragrance and Beauty LLC. So I'll try to find it online and link it for you. This is salty and beachy, but powdery at the same time. I smell, and I'm guessing on these because I couldn't find a lot of information about this, but wood, sandalwood particularly, like a santal, musk, vetiver, maybe iris with the powdery note that I'm smelling. There's ambergris, which is also can have a very powdery resinous smell. And then the base, I think there's cologne in this as well because I am getting like a melon note, and even it smells like salt and pepper has been put on watermelon. So it has a peppery smell as well. I would say that this could be considered a little bit sensual. And I did, when I was trying to find information on this, it looked like some people were comparing this to an Armani Rive Blue. I'm not familiar with that. And I do think it smells similar to an old release called Reveal by Calvin Klein. And I had bought that for my mom at one point, and this smells really similar. If you like a powdery, salty smell, I think that you might appreciate this one. Yes, and I am getting that definite burst of musk and vetiver at the beginning. So that's another great affordable alternative. At the end of my videos, I've always been saying, remember to smell pretty on the inside, because the more I go through life, the older that I get, I just realize that yes, perfume is so much fun, but it's the fragrance of who we are inside and our actual spirit and how we treat people that is what really makes us smell good. And I think it's just so important that we continue to be patient and kind. And in these days that we're living in, everybody just needs that. I was at the grocery store and I was coming around the corner with my cart, and there was another woman that was coming around the other direction, and our carts collided. And I just said, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." And she looked at me and she said, "I don't need for you to be sorry. I need you to get out of my way." And I felt kind of sorry for her, because clearly that was not about me, and she had just hit her limit, and I was the one who crashed into her at the right time. But I remember just thinking, like, you could have on the most expensive scent or perfume, and if you treat people like that, you're gonna stink. So something to think about, and I just wanted to leave you with that little story. I hope that you are having a wonderful summer, and please check out my other videos. I just did one on Manoi, the Tahitian gardenia, and I have a couple other ones talking about my good old standbys for summer that I've used for years and years that are very affordable as well. And then to mix it up this year, I left those behind and took some new to me fragrances on a beach trip that my husband and I were able to take at the end of the spring this year to Mexico. So I hope that you'll check those out. I would love to hear what your salty, beachy kind of fragrance favorites are. If you can leave me that in the comments, I'd love to hear that. And if you have any fragrance suggestions or other fragrances that you might want me to review, I would love to do that too. The next ones that I would like to review from my collection, which I'm trying to dig through and not buy more perfume. That was kind of a no-no for me on the other one, the sea salt one that I picked up. But I'm gonna go over some coconut beachy ones and ones that smell like just pure sunshine to me. So stay tuned for those, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.